How often have you heard, or perhaps even said yourself, I know exactly what I want to do, but for some reason I just can't seem to do it. Or I'm the best at making plans, but I just don't seem to follow through on them. If that is you, which is very common, then this video is for you because I'm going to show you one technique which is so simple and will instantly have a huge and measurable impact on this. And this is a technique backed by science. It is called implementation intentions. And so that you really understand it, look, I could tell you the technique straight away and you might go out and try and do it. But if I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story, and if you do listen, and it won't take too long, you're going to really understand this technique and where it comes from and why it's effective, and it will completely change how much you get out of it. So stick around and you will get some benefit. You will get a technique that is super useful, and it is easy. I guarantee that. Now, bit of a tease, but that's okay. Stick around. So, this is based on a technique. Well, the place I was first introduced to this was in a study that was published in the British Journal of Psychology or Health and Psychology in 2002. A little bit old now, but great paper, referenced a hell of a lot. And in this, what they were looking at, these researchers, they were looking at groups of people, they were looking at people who weren't exercising. Just average, normal, standard people, but who just weren't in a fitness routine. It wasn't something they were doing. Now, I think everyone on earth knows that they should be exercising, but no one really, a lot of people don't. A lot of us don't do the things that we should be doing, even though we know all the benefits of it. For some reason, we just don't execute and follow through. So they took a whole lot of people like that, about 250 people, which is it's good enough amount, decent power to draw inferences from, and they put them into 3 different groups. One group, it was a control group. A control group, if you're familiar, basically they didn't do anything different. They didn't give them any training or information or techniques. They just said, okay, hi, see you in a few months or however long it was, and we're going to see how often you've exercised in that amount of time. And good luck, bye. The other 2 groups, these were the ones that are interesting. Now, the second group, they were given, I think it was a little presentation, a little speech, and maybe like a booklet or a pamphlet or something. A whole lot of information, basically, like really how good exercise is for you, and you're going to feel so much better, and it's so good for you, and yeah. And they were sort of like riled up, like, woo, yeah. And that was the motivation group. That was the thing that they were given as their intervention, was like motivation in the form of information about how good it's going to feel. And then the third group, and this is the one that was very interesting, they were given the same motivational woo speech and information. And before they left, they were asked to do one simple thing, and this was the implementation intention, which is they were asked to write down when they were going to exercise, as in what day and what time, be very specific, and specifically what form of exercise they would do. For example, as before they walked out the door, oh, hey, real quick, just write down, you're so motivated, you're definitely going to do this, I know you are, but quickly, just write down when you'll do it. Maybe a person might write, 6:30 p.m. when I get home from work, I'm going to run around the block. Sure, they write it down. That was it. That was the only difference. Now, of these groups, the ones who were the control, who did nothing, were given no technique, 30-ish% of them exercised within the next week or 2. That's it. Like one single round of exercise in the next week or 2. Only 30%. The second group, who were given the motivational stuff and the booklet and told, yeah, you should really do this, it's really good for you. It was exactly the same number. 30%, 30-something%. So there was no difference in just being told how important something is. But the group that was told to write down specifically when and how, as in what they would do, 90%, of the participants in that group exercised in the next week or two. 90%. And the only thing that they did different was that they wrote down what they would do and when or how or why. They made it real. They gave it specific details and information that took it from this like, yeah, I'll totally do that sometime, I guess. I should. Into, yeah, it's a good idea. And I will do it at this exact time in this way. Done. Huge, huge difference. 90%, almost the entire group followed through on the thing that they wanted to do. Now, there's a few things that I want you to understand, and I want you to start doing this yourself. It is shocking. It's true. It translates. I've had experience of this. I've experienced this with so many of my clients with ADHD. My work as an ADHD coach. We finish a session. They've got a whole lot of plans of all the things that they want to do. And I just quickly say, by the way, when and how, and can you write that down or even put it in your calendar, So it says Thursday, 6 p.m., jog around the block. Put it in their diary. Or they could tell someone, speak the words, but writing it down is much, much, much better in terms of how much it converts. That's all you have to do. And you can just ask someone real quick, hey, we should get a coffee sometime. Yeah, that'd be great. Wait. What time and when? Let's write something down. Or really helpful to ask, and okay, this is a great strategy with family members, with friends, with someone in your life, particularly if they have ADHD. It's just helpful. It works to say, oh yeah, you're gonna put the bins out? Cool. Oh, what time and when? That alone, if they're able to actually get back to you, might change the success rate, the lower likelihood that they'll do the action that they say they'll do and want to do, a dramatic amount. Now, just a few caveats around ADHD people and this, or doing it sort of to someone, I suppose. They need to understand what an implementation intention is. They need to know that it's a thing. You can't just ask them, hey, like it'll feel very interrogating. Oh yeah, you said you'll do it, but when? Like, that's very different to, oh, yeah, cool. I know it's a thing you want to do. Could I help you set an implementation intention around that real quick? Because I know that'll help that you follow through on that. Would that help you? Great. So start by telling me what time you're going to do it and when. And it doesn't have to be a time of day. It doesn't have to be like 6:15 and 37 seconds. It could be immediately after I get home from school, or as soon as this show finishes. And what are you going to do? Oh yeah, I'll take the bins out. You can drill down on, a better example. I'll go for a run. Okay, where? What route will you take? Oh, for how long are you going to go? Oh, I'll run for 20 minutes and I'm going to go up around to that park and around that oval, and then I'll come back. The more detail you can add, the more it becomes real in the person's mind. And when it arrives at that time, 6 p.m. is what I've been going with, there's so much more, there's such a huge difference in going, oh, it's that time that I said I'd do that specific thing and I know what it is, so I don't even have to kind of come up with what it is. I just go do the thing that's already been decided. So easy, makes such a big difference. So that is implementation intentions. That's the technique. That's what those are. Very powerful. Use it wisely. And if you have any questions, chuck them in the comments and I will reply when I can, which will be, it's Wednesday now. And if I haven't replied previously, I will definitely, by Friday at 5 p.m, I will log on and I will read all of the comments that have been left and I will reply to each one individually. There you go. That's how easy it was for me to set an implementation intention, and it completely is going to change how likely I am to reply to these comments. So if you have any questions, you want to ask more, can now rest assured and feel very confident you are going to get some feedback, some answers to them. Wonderful. Thank you for your time. I truly hope this helps. If it does, please let me know. And if there's someone that you'd like to share this concept with, share this around, share this content. It is powerful, it is effective. I've used it myself in my own life with my clients, super effective. Give it a shot. Let me know how you go. And if you like this, I post new videos every single day on this channel on a different topic, something that I believe is going to help you in some way. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you when I see you. Take care.